Grace and peace to you. It's a little chilly out here, so let's warm it up with some Johnny Cash. I keep a close watch on this heart of mine. I keep my eyes wide open all the time. I keep my ends out for the tie that binds, because you're mine. I walk the line. I find it very, very easy to be true. I find myself alone when each day's through. Yes, I'll admit that I'm a fool for you, because you're mine. I walk the line. You've got a way to keep me on your side. You give me cause for love that I can hide. For you I know I'd even try to turn the tide, because you're mine. I walk the line, because you're mine. I walk the line. Walk the Line was the song that made Johnny Cash a star. It was his first #1 hit in the mid-1950s. And the Man in Black claims in his autobiography that he wrote the lyrics in a flash of inspiration. He was recently married to a woman named Vivian, and they had a little girl. And Johnny Cash said that Walk the Line is his pledge of devotion to keep it on the straight and narrow. And yet, quoting Shakespeare, methinks he doth protest too much. For you see, Johnny Cash had already met a young woman named June Carter, and he would eventually divorce his first wife and marry June. But let's not be too hard on Johnny Cash, shall we? He claims to walk the line, but maybe God had a different calling for him. The calling of God is a mystery, and we see as through a glass darkly, according to 1 Corinthians. What's sometimes misunderstood about that phrase is that the glass is a mirror. What Paul is suggesting is that we don't know ourselves, including our motivations. Sometimes we don't know what we want. And this impacts what we do. As Paul says in Romans, he can't do the good that he wants to do. Rather, it's the bad that he doesn't want to do that he finds he keeps doing. What things shall we say? How do we live this life of faith, taking seriously Jesus' command to go the narrow way, and yet also taking seriously God's gift of grace? The Bible is full of stories of people who strayed from the path only to be welcomed home. Prodigal sons and daughters who took a crooked journey, yet eventually found their way. There's grace and hope in that. It also says something about the fact that we do not walk the line alone. This year, I'm rereading the Chronicles of Narnia and just finished rereading the first book called The Magician's Nephew. In C.S. Lewis's fictional account, there is another tree with a magic apple and a wicked witch who is trying to tempt a young boy to eat of the fruit. And he almost gives in to the temptation. But then he remembers the people in his life whom he loves, including family and friends. He's able to resist temptation and walk the line, to do what he knows is right, even though he's not exactly sure where the journey is headed. I think that is how we walk by faith. We don't always know where we're going. And honestly, we're sometimes not aware of our own motivations. But as we walk, we can trust that we are with those whom we love. And so I'm reminded of one more scripture, Hebrews 12, chapter 1, that we are surrounded by so great a cloud of witnesses. And so we can run the race that is set before us. We can indeed walk the line together. Perhaps the image is not of a race, but of a community that walks to raise money for a good cause. They are doing something that is beyond them. They are united and doing good together. May that image help you as you discern your way forward. And I'll tell you the truth, it also helps to listen to Johnny Cash. May it be so.